What is happening? The one team that had a 3-1 lead in these conference semifinals, Golden State, looked fine. And they are not the first team to make their way onto the conference finals because the Grizzlies just embarrassed them. Like, how do you have a game where it's 134-95 and it wasn't even that close?
No, they were down by, 50 like 55. At one point.
55.
And the NBA, well, not the NBA necessarily, but gambling in general has messed up my mind so much because when the Warriors are down 22, like in the first half, I'm like, I bet I could place a live bet on this right now. I've seen 20-point comebacks before. The Grizzlies don't have Ja Morant, who somehow they've been incredible without this year. And then you just keep seeing the lead grow, though, right? 28, 34. All right, never mind. Maybe that money stays in the pocket instead of trying to capitalize. Imagine if you would have bet Golden State when they were down 25, and you're like, all right, the live spread is probably like 22 and a half. Mm-hmm. Like, you would have got just, you wouldn't even been close at that point. Nope. So, I don't know, like, I don't even know, I don't think it was that Golden State looked so much disinterested, but Memphis came out, and they put their foot on the gas. Right? In the first three quarters, they scored 38 in the first, 39 in the second, and then 42 in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, they only scored 15 points, and they still had 134 total. So you talk about like a team taking their foot off the gas. Memphis did that in the fourth quarter, but by that time, they were up literally like 50 points entering, 52, I think, entering the fourth quarter. So if there's ever an excuse to take your foot off the gas, it would be right there. And the Warriors, just from the jump, they didn't have an answer for what Memphis did. I think really at halftime, they were down 27 points, and that's probably when they figured we're just on to Game 6. Because you look at their starters' minutes as opposed to that Philadelphia blowout where all the starters were playing about 35 minutes. Right here, none of the Warriors starters got over 25. Right. Steph was at 25, Clay at 25, Draymond at 22, and Kuminga at 24. And it's at this point they're putting in guys. Moses Moody's getting 17 minutes. Kevon Looney's getting 16 minutes off the bench. So the Warriors emptied the clip. And the crazy part about it is they didn't even shoot really that bad. You're looking at 45% for the game, and you're looking at 36% from three. It's just that what Memphis was able to do to them was so much like better. Memphis shooting 43% from the 3-point line, and then 48% basically from the field. And the biggest discrepancy is going to be in the rebounding. Memphis out-rebounded Golden State by 15 in this game, and a lot of it was on the offensive end. Memphis, had 18 offensive rebounds, which is the total number of margin rebounds that they out-rebounded Golden State by. So if you're going to look at what the key to the game was, Memphis just had so many more possessions, because if you're looking at just the shooting percentages, again, it's not really that off. Like, it does favor Memphis, and it's a game you would expect Memphis to win by looking at the box score. But if you're just looking at the shooting percentages, you wouldn't expect Memphis to win the game by, 40 points. But where you get killed is just giving them all those extra possessions. And then Memphis was taking, obviously, very much advantage of it. And then it got to the point where they just ran the Warriors off the floor. And the game really was over in the first half.
No, I mean, they took 20 more shots than the Warriors. They took 10 more free throws than the Warriors. They had all their ample opportunity to score a heck of a lot more points than the Warriors. Only took 80 shots in the game compared to 100 or 99, whatever it was for Memphis. But, yeah, the minutes in this game, look, neither team had any starters in the fourth quarter. In fact, Golden State was pulling their starters still in the third quarter. It was over. They knew it was over. It was a wrap.
Yeah, you are live down to see another 50, day.
You are down by the largest margin in 70 years in NBA playoff basketball. 52 after three quarters. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, you absolutely know at that point that this game is over. No point in continuing to play.
It's like a Globetrotters game.
Seriously. Just move on to the next game. But it's a risky move to just throw in the towel. Look, this is a Memphis team that is showing more often than not they win without Ja Morant, which is just weird. But they are. And then are we guaranteed Steve Kerr is going to be back for Game 6 from COVID protocols?
No. No, but you talked about the Grizzlies being so good without Ja Morant. I think before that game, the Warriors were like 12-0 with Mike Brown as their coach in the playoffs. And of course, that didn't happen, and it's less of a sample size than what the Grizzlies are giving you without Ja, where that's at 25 games or something like that now. So about double the sample size there. But I don't think it was a risky move for the Warriors to pull their starters just because there was no way they were going to come back.
No.
If they were down,
starters, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it's just the idea of we're getting blown out. It's happening early. It's happening often. We know that this is not going to go our way, and you play accordingly afterwards. But it's the Warriors. They're going back home. But if they don't win it back home, they got to deal with Game 7 back in Memphis, where you just got blown out by what should have been 50 points.
Yeah, but I think you just throw this game away, do the old Tom Izzo, and take the sledgehammer or the shovel, whatever you did with the tape, and you just smash it, and you forget about the game. Because now the Warriors have a little bit of extra motivation. Not only did you get embarrassed, Memphis playing the whoop that trick to kind of poke at Steph, and that's one of the last guys that I guess you probably want to get mad before an elimination playoff game. But that's what Memphis does. That's how their whole team energy or vibes, whatever the word you want to use, is, and it's worked well to them, right? It got them the 2 seed in the West. And that's how they're going to play. They're not going to be apologizing for it. But I don't know that I'd be shocked if the Warriors did to Memphis what the Grizzlies did to the Warriors in Game 6. I'd be shocked if they were up 50. But if they won the game by 18 to 25 points, that really wouldn't surprise me so much.
We'll see. Memphis is now 26-6 without Ja this year from regular season and playoffs, right? No, sorry. They're 20-5 without Ja. So 21-6. So they're 21-6. So they've played 2 games without Ja in the playoffs. So 21-6. It's a smaller sample size, but it's a pretty good sample and pretty good percentage without him.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a